I'm Jess Appell. I'm an intercultural comedian. I create comedy in China. I run a comedy club. I do shows both live in Chinese and in English here in China and around the world. All right, everybody, 欢迎到周五的熬夜秀。1、2、3，中间。Hello banana, hello banana, goodbye banana. There's not a lot of non-native Chinese people that do Chinese comedy. That means that people are interested immediately in what I'm going to say, but it also means it's a little bit harder to create sort of like an empathic relationship with the audience because they're predisposed to think that I'm going to be different from them. Most people's lives are similar to most people's lives. My challenge is try to find those points of connection between my life and their life, and then figure out a way to tell jokes about it, or do a sketch about it, or make a funny video about it.
其实一个难题是我发现，我跟一个新中国朋友聊天的时候，我跟他们说的第一句话和他们给我回的第一句话没有任何关系。因为无论我说的是哎你好，是你是不是谁的朋友，还是我是不是认识你，无论我说的是什么，他们的回答就是哇你中文说的这么好。
If I write 10 jokes here and 4 of them are funny, maybe the 6 that are not funny, maybe it's a cultural problem, maybe it's a language problem. Usually it's just like the joke isn't good enough. Once I kind of understood that, I felt more comfortable just getting up on stage, do it. And now for the last 6 years, I've probably done like 150 shows a year. How did I get to China? When I graduated from university in 2012, I got a Fullbright fellowship to research Chinese comedy, specifically a type of comedy called crosstalk or xiangsheng, which is a 2-man comedy style. There's a joker, there's a straight man, you go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. But when I actually arrived in China, I realized, like, wow, this place is really interesting. Everything's going really fast. I never had a boring day. And then when it came to comedy, the stuff that I like to do, I realized that there was like the American-style comedy scenes, the improv comedy, the stand-up comedy, the sketch comedy. All that sort of stuff was just starting. I apprenticed to Master Ding Guangquan, who's famous in China, and I decided I'm going to make a run at actually doing this. It's been 6 years, and we've got our own club now. I have to hold myself to the standard of at least being good enough to be on that stage with those people. And preferably, I'd like to be the best. And whether you make it or not, I think the fact that I try to get the real laugh is something that the audience appreciates, especially in a live setting where they realize that it's like, you know, I'm right there. Okay. I don't see it as an issue of whether English or Chinese is easier. They're both different because the audiences are different and the cultures are different. Like right now, I do Chinese stand-up and Chinese comedy for my living. So ironically, it's maybe easier in Chinese, but that's mostly because I've done it. That's what I spend my time here doing. I'm having a lot of fun doing all the stuff I'm doing. I'm definitely a little bit overwhelmed what I do here in China with the Chinese comedy and running this comedy club. We are bringing laughs. They're here tonight.